right, this is today's card we're making, and it is actually, I call it the horizontal Starburst card, but then I turn it vertical. I know, kind of crazy. First thing we're gonna do is select 4 patterns, and right now I have the Close to My Heart Seaside pack. All that's coordinating front and back, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut 4 patterns at 1.5 by 4. So let me get that done right here. Easy, easy. And then I'm going to play with them a little bit so you can see how I came up with what I did here, because it takes a little fiddling. All this stuff always takes some fiddling, you know what I mean? Here, I'm deep in thought here. I don't know what that was about, right? Who knows? Okay, once we've got our 4 patterns cut at 1.5 by 4, we're going to go ahead and cut them diagonally. So we'll end up with 8 total pieces. So you just line that up on your trimmer like I did. Simple, simple. And then we're going to get into the arranging of these, how we want to arrange them to put on our card front. All right. Come on, hurry up. Man, I'm taking so long. I'm sorry. And this is even speeded up, right? Okay, I know. I just wanted you to see all the pieces. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get these laid out in the order I want. And you need to do them in the same order. So if I have, so you can see it's brown, blue, orange. Oops, now I'm switching them. Well, you'll see here in a minute. You have to do them in the same order. So you can see it's brown, blue, green, orange, brown, blue, green, orange, like that. So take a quick look. Alrighty, now then I started going around with, well, maybe I turn some of the pieces over. Do I want the dots? And then I take a piece that's 5 inches by 2 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and find the center line of that. I'm using my center line ruler to make it easy. And I'm just going to mark that with a pencil and then put a line straight down. And that actually tells me where to start with my Starburst. Okay, so I'm going to put sticky all over it first so it's nice and easy to stick everything where it needs to be. So let's rearrange this in case I mess that up. All right, cool. Now I think did I end up changing that? I thought there was brown in my picture. I was pretty sure. Oh, there is some brown. It's just on the edge. I'm like, oh no, don't tell me I made like 2 of these and I photoed the wrong one. Oh, that would so be something I would do. But thank goodness, I think I'm okay. Right? Okay, right. So you just go ahead and start laying these out, just piece by piece. And then you'll notice that it doesn't quite meet the bottom. So there's a little bit of white sticking out. So you just need a little border piece to cover that up. And that is where I put the brown in. See how there's a little eensy-weensy bit sticking out? So let us see. I kept looking at it. I don't know why I was looking at it for so long. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the edges. Very simple. Trim, trim, trim. I'm using my Close to My Heart non-stick scissors, micro tip scissors. Let me tell you, they seriously are non-stick because I have put a lot of glue on them. It just falls right off. It's awesome. So you can see at the bottom there's a little bit of white showing. And I'm just going to use, now I'm going to mount that on 5 by, man, that went by fast. I'm mounting that on 5 by 3 3/4. Darn it, if I didn't do that a little bit too quickly. And that's going to be flush with the top part and then just leave a little part at the bottom. So you can see this actually makes a horizontal pattern, and then because of the stamps I'm using, I decided to make it vertical. So you see what I did there. And now I've gone ahead, I have a 1/2 inch by 5 inch piece of coordinating brown. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick that on the front. And then I tried the stripe, but that looks bad. So I'm like, So I go with brown. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount that on a piece of 5 1/4. Let's see here. 5 1/4 by 4. Oops. Oops, I didn't cut that right. Sorry, guys. Keeping it real on here. Okay. Let me get that mounted on there. That blue piece is, let me say it again. Let me say it correctly. Oh, I'm going to write it on here so I don't even have to try to read from notes. 5 1/4 by 4. All right. Go ahead, get that stuck down. And then that whole thing gets mounted on a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card, which I make by using a sheet of paper, 4.25 by 11, and then folding it 5.5. Oakley dokley. All right, moving on. What am I doing now? You know, noticing I should have watched this before I started talking on it. I made this video like months ago, you guys. I'm serious, like months ago. And I'm like, hey, I don't think I ever put that up. I need to get that up. Oops. So don't laugh, but it, you know, what is going on? Okay, so I'm just going to put an inside piece. That's for my inside piece. I don't know what I thought I had to do right then. But here we go, back with the front. Sorry about my head. And apparently I had difficulties. All right, there we go. Now there's my inside piece. Obviously not using the side with words on it. And that's from the wonderful paper pack. But, you know, you can really just use cream. So there you go. No big deal. I think I'm going to put a little strip of this stripe paper on the inside. So that looks to be about 1/2 inch by 4. Ooh, and I guess I wanted to make it so, yep, 1/2 inch by 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and get that stuck down. I'm using my Scotch ATG gun to make this. And now let's take a look at the stamp set. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is such an awesome stamp set. This is our Operation Smile stamp set for good through August 31st, 2015. I love this stamp set. I'm crazy about it. What's great is a portion of the cost of the stamp set goes straight to Operation Smile. Operation Smile is a charity where they help to fix cleft palates and things in kids in Africa and other places. Now I've got some Post-it notes, and I'm going to use those to go ahead and mask the stamp. They happen to be the perfect width, which is like, how convenient is that, right? I was pretty happy about that. I'm like, what? That never happened. So this is so awesome. I've got desert sand I'm using. And what I'm going to do is just cover the sections that I don't want to be brown with this Post-it note. And really, the truth is I only need to do them in little bits because, as you can see, that I'm just doing that top word. So I don't need to worry about anything else. Having ink on it. So happy. And I'm just stamping it off on the edge on my blotter there. That's how I clean. I know that's not really good, is it? But that's the way it goes over here. And then I've got some sunset ink. And in this case, I'm just going to put that over the happy, right? Because that's what I just stamped using the brown. And I'm just a tiny bit worried that perhaps some might come off on it. And I'm just going to do the center piece. I probably didn't need to put the sticky on the bottom one because I hadn't had any leftover ink, but just in case. Happy every. And then the last word is thing. And I'm using the glacier ink for that. And in that case, I'm only going to have to put one of these on. So this is kind of a real simplistic way of masking. It worked well with these letters, you know, kind of easy with the letters. So I just do the little edge. Okay. And what's great about the acrylic stamps, you can always see perfectly what you're doing, which I love, right? There we go. Happy everything. Whoop, whoop. Wrap her up. Let's wrap it up, baby. Okay, so last little bit. Stick everything down. Oh, I forgot. Oops. I have some sequins of these Oceanside sequins from Close to My Heart. I can't believe I forgot I was going to put those on there, but they actually are kind of cute. They had a nice little decorative edge on that border. So let's figure out how we're going to lay those out. Thinking. Ooh, first pop dot up. Sorry, my favorite pop dotting. And you know, I never waste the honeycomb with the pop dot because that makes a nice background. If you guys have watched my videos, you know I just use the whole thing. Just because it's so easy, right? I thought that looked a little dull, so I'm going to use some of these sequins. What's great about the sequins is when you put this in an envelope, it doesn't pop up horribly and break through the envelope and whatever else. They're flat enough, yet they add some sparkle, so I love that about them. And these Oceanside sequins come with a ton of different colors. I shouldn't say a ton, but like 4 different colors. It's this dark blue, there's like a glacier blue, there's a brown, and then there's this gray. So there's quite a few colors. So this would be a great masculine card. I thank you guys for watching so much. I hope that you have a fabulous day. Take care. Love you. Leave a comment if you could.